Hello, my friends. How are you today? Oh my gosh, I hope you guys had a great weekend. So, I wanted to hop on and share with you all a little bit about the order of application. So, I know when you first get your skincare and you have a serum and you maybe have a mask, you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this stuff now? It is a bit overwhelming and it's like learning a new language, right? So I want to try to simplify this for you. And the more you work on it and the more you do it, the easier it will become. So I don't know what skincare set that you have, but they all have a cleanser. So it might be the Time Wise 3D, it might be the repair set. So always, you want to go to bed with a clean face. You want to wash your face again in the morning. So before you go to bed, and in the morning. It's vital to wash your face before you go to bed because if you don't, every time you don't wash your face before you go to bed, it adds another 7 days of aging to your skin. So nobody wants that, right? So wash your face before you go to bed, even if it's just throwing on some cleanser and throwing on a little night cream. It's that simple. And so cleanser in the evening first of all, and then you want to put on your serum if you have one, and then your night cream. So order of application, if you think about this, if you look at your serum's consistency compared to your moisturizer's consistency, you want to go thinnest to thickest. So that is how you want to apply your serums. Always put your serums on before your moisturizer. So you're going to cleanse, and then whatever serum it might be, Serum C, pore minimizer, the lifting serum that's like Spanx in a bottle, you want to put that on underneath your moisturizer. So then your moisturizer a little bit thicker, it will go on top of that. And then you go to bed. So your eye cream comes in there as well. So the eye cream is also something really specific for the eye area. So when I'm putting on my moisturizers, I go underneath the eye area and then upward and outward motion. So we're lifting up against gravity, and you can even go up your neck as well. And so our skincare should actually go to the brow line, and our makeup should go to the jawline. So the neck can also start aging and show our signs of aging just as quickly as that under eye area as that can. So the eye creams that come, Time Wise 3D, and this is the Repair Eye Cream, is specifically formulated for that under eye area. So you can choose to use your eye cream during the day and at night if you want to. I have kind of stopped using my eye cream during the day just because I like to wear a lot of like eyeliners and things like that, and I felt like it was kind of keeping it a little overhydrated and making that run a little bit. So I opted to not do my eye cream during the day. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little dry, I'll put it on. So you guys can totally go by how you're feeling as well. So the eye cream, I would recommend to put that on right along with your serum. So your serum, you wouldn't want to take it up to your eyes because we want to keep those things away from our eyes. And then just go ahead and put your eye cream on and gently dab it around and even up onto your brow bone and kind of let that dry just a little bit before you put on your moisturizer. So I came on with a clean face today, and I just wanted to kind of walk through some of the things and how I am going to do this. So just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and use my eye cream today. I haven't used it for a while during the day, and I don't intend to put a whole lot of color on. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out here. And this is the Repair Eye Cream. And so it has this little stainless steel applicator, which is lovely, and it helps with puffiness. And this repair line helps with advanced signs of aging. And I don't have a lot of puffiness going on this morning, so I don't really need to use that applicator. And so I'm just going to dab it just really gently, take it up onto my brow bone a little bit, upward outward motion, working against gravity. And this also has some light deflecting properties in it, so it's going to brighten that area as well. So helps with deep lines and wrinkles, and it repairs past damage. This one helps with early to moderate signs of aging. So that's the difference between the Repair set and the Time Wise 3D. So we cleanse in the morning, and then we put on our day cream. Okay, serum in between, and then the day cream has SPF 30. So we're kind of starting to protect our skin for during the day. At night, and it has 12 hours of moisture. At nighttime, we're cleansing, and then we're restoring our skin while we're sleeping with another 12 hours of moisture and the eye cream. Okay, so this is, I know it sounds really confusing, and we can have it all typed out for you too in something that that is more specifically broken down for what you have. It could be like your prescription for your skincare, right? So, okay, so I just did the eye cream. I love using the Serum C during the day. It just helps to brighten and tighten, and vitamin C helps with elastin and collagen production. And so see, I'm going underneath where I put the eye cream. I'm going to take it down my neck because I had a little bit of extra. Upward, outward motion, brightening and tightening. This is amazing. We also have some C squares that you can add a couple times a week. So I'm going to wait and talk about our masks in just a minute, and we'll go on with that a little bit more in just a second. So that's already drying because my skin needs a little extra hydration apparently. So that was my serum. Sometimes I'll use the pore minimizer just right in my T-zone, and then put the Serum C in the other areas. You can totally mix and match. It depends on whatever is ailing your skin. And I use the Repair line. I love this, you guys. I've done some past damage with the sun on my skin, and the hydration feels really great. So I tend to be more of a combo oily kind of gal, and I was a little bit concerned that this might be overhydrating, but sometimes I'll come in with a toner, and this is a botanical toner. We also have one on the Clear Proof line, and sometimes I'll just use that to, you know, help keep the oil at bay if I'm feeling a little extra oily. So maybe twice a week I'll use that. So you can totally mix and match different parts and pieces depending upon how your skin is feeling. Maybe in the summertime you get a little more oily, and maybe in the wintertime you get a little more dry. So we can totally help customize your skincare as well. So this is the day cream. This is a great little, it just pumps out like that. See that? It's so handy. And I'm just gonna swipe it across. This has SPF 30, so does this. So 12 hours of sun protection and hydration. So I'm just gonna rub it together, start in the middle, upward, outward motion. And sometimes if I'm going to be outside with a hat on or something like that, I'll even put it on my ears. We don't want to neglect those areas, and just make sure it's all rubbed in. At nighttime specifically, I'll go down here. I don't want a lot of sunscreen down there right now, and it might have some weird swipes. So I just go down underneath my chin. So upward and outward motion. And I'm going to let it just soak in for a minute while we're getting other things ready. It just feels so good, you guys. So even if you weren't going to wear any more makeup for the day, you have a nice layer of sunscreen starting with SPF 30. It's so great. So there's that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the Repair set. We talked a little bit about the Time-Wise 3D set. So I'm going to go ahead and work in through some of my makeup really quick. So along with your skincare, all the way up to the foundation, it helps to heal your skin, you guys. We're not just covering up and creating a mask, we're actually healing your skin all the way up through our foundation, which is so great. So that feels like it's drying nicely. It still feels a little like it's still a little moist, but it does stay kind of moist. So next I'm going to go on with my favorite foundation primer. So this is great because it has SPF 15. So we are actually layering our SPFs. I'm going to put a little dollop on my fingertips and just rub it together. So I want to warm it up first, and I want to start in the middle of my face and work out from there in an upward and outward motion again. So what the primer is doing is it's helping, it's kind of like a spackle. Actually, it's kind of filling in fine lines and wrinkles and pores without clogging them, which is so great. And so I'm just really gently going all the way out to the hairline, because we want to make sure that our skin is protected all the way out to the hairline and upward and outward. So if I'm going up, I also want to take it down just a little bit, because, and just really, really, really gently, I want to fill in those fine lines and wrinkles. So just imagine you have a paint roller, and you're rolling a wall. So you go up one direction and you can still see the unpainted spots where you rolled up. So then you want to roll down and that fills in those holes. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is if you were going up with your fingers, now just gently bring it down and kind of fill in those fine lines and wrinkles. So the primer is only $20 and it has SPF 15, like I said, and it's just super silky soft. So it just feels lovely. And again, if you weren't going to wear any makeup for the rest of the day, you have this barrier now of sunscreen protection and this barrier against free radicals. So so I love that. And also some light diffusing properties, and your skin is super silky soft. So it just kind of helps to deflect light and make it look almost airbrushed without putting any color on at all. So this is another great one to use. Okay, next is another one of my favorites. I say that about all of them because I just love them all, is our under eye corrector. So this is really, really orange, and it helps to counteract and take away the blueness of our under eye circles. So it does have a doe foot applicator, and I just rolled it on the back of my hand. I feel like I have better control with it on the back of my hand, and then I'm not putting the oils back into the container, and I just like that better. So what I want to do is keep this right in towards my nose, and it is a little bit drying, so I don't mind putting on my nose or in my oily T-zone area if I have a little extra. And I'm going to use our little blending sponge and just dab. And don't get it in your eyes. Sometimes I get it in my eye and it kind of burns a little bit. So don't do that. And so I'm just really gently dabbing because we want to be really careful around that eye area again, because that skin is so much more delicate than the rest. So our little blending sponge is only $12, and it just is great. So you get it wet and it gets nice and squishy, and it just helps to blend that flawlessly. So I like to use that here where I have a little darker circles. I used to use it on my eyelids, and then it started kind of drying it out. So what I've started doing on my eyelids, because I have a lot of pigmentation up there and I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to use our concealer up there. So there are several shades of concealer, but what I want to do so it's not drying is add a little of the primer to it. So with the other one, I just rolled it on the back of my hand, and I think this one is maybe dark ivory. There's light ivory, dark ivory, light beige, dark beige. This is deep ivory. And so it's just nice because you can, if you are using it, depending upon what you're doing with it is kind of depends on what color you want to choose. So if you're trying to highlight, you can highlight with these as well because they're nice creamy consistency, or you can be working on covering up and concealing things. So mine is pretty close to my skin color, maybe a little bit lighter now that I'm tanning for the summer, but I don't mind having it a little lighter around my under eyes. And it's going to cover up some redness too, and I'm going to actually go over it with my foundation and kind of, and so I'm not too concerned about what color I have right now. So I put a little bit of primer on there with it, and I'm just using my back of my hand, excuse me, like a palette, and I'm just going to get messy with this because I'm going to blend it, and that's just fine. I'm taking the color all the way up to my brow bone, and then since I have it mixed with some of that primer, and it's a nice loose moisturizing consistency, I don't mind putting it out where I have more fine lines and wrinkles. And so since I have it mixed with the primer, it's not going to be over drying and accentuating that area. So look at how much lighter that is already. And so I'm working on getting rid of the pigmentation that is in my eye area. And it also actually kind of helps as a primer to start keeping your makeup on a little bit better on your eyes. So I have a little extra just smeared on there. Okay, so now my colors seem a little strange, right? And that's okay because I'm going to work next with my foundation. So with our foundation, like I was saying before, it helps to heal your skin as well. So this is our Time-Wise 3D. There's a luminous and a matte, and this has encapsulated resveratrol, just the same as our Time-Wise 3D skincare. So it's an anti-aging antioxidant, which is great. So we have anti-aging properties in our foundation, which is awesome. And then in our CC cream, there's actually SPF. and this one. So there's only 5 shades of the CC cream, and we just launched some samples of the CC cream, little sample packs. So if you need a sample, let us know and we can get that to you. But it's super easy to color match. And if you happen to get the wrong color and you know, need something different, darker, lighter, whatever that may be, we totally have a 100% money back guarantee as well. So I have a little blemish on the end of my nose, so I'm just going to add a little concealer down there. No problem at all. Add some right here and then just kind of blend it in. Okay, so today I'm going to use our 3D foundation, and I have started using our foundation brush. So you can use that, or you can use the sponge. We also have one that looks almost like a toothbrush, and it's super bristly and lovely, and it gives you a full coverage. So depending upon what kind of coverage you want for your foundation depends on what tool you choose. So the sponge gives you kind of a lightweight, and it kind of just depends on how you use it, because you can get a more medium coverage with this as well, depending upon if you're patting or sliding. And the same with this one. If you're stippling, you can get a little heavier coverage, or you can swirl and blend and get a little thicker coverage. So I have jumped up to the next neutral color for my skin since I've been in the sun a little bit. And again, I'm just using the back of my hand because I feel like I just have so much more control with the color and the amount that I am putting on my face. So this has the encapsulator as virtual. I love the matte. Like I said, I'm more of a combo oily gal, so this actually helps to absorb the oil, and it gives me a nice matte finish. And I do like to powder it at the end as well with our translucent powder, and I'll show you that if I see it here. So this foundation also actually changes color once it sets on your face for a minute. So once you get this and it's like not the right color when you're putting it on, give it a couple of seconds before you're like, oh my gosh, I totally got the wrong color. So there are like 28 shades of this foundation, and so it's a little bit more difficult to color match, but there is a quiz and there are samples of this as well. So we can totally help you try to find, or we can totally help you find your right color. So what I did was I started in the middle of my face and I worked out to the edges, kind of upward and outward motion, swirling and pressing. And so then by the time I'm out to the edges, I don't have a ton of color left in. And so it just kind of feathers into my hairline. So I'm just gonna go right under my neck and just kind of let it dry for a second. And I am using the beige N190 right now. Okay, so next is the translucent powder I was telling you about. So I love to have a nice powdery finish to put on my powder, right? So we also just launched, and I haven't gotten to try it yet. We can order it on the 10th, is our new cream blush. So if you're a dry gal, you might love the cream blush. So I'm just going to dump this into the top of the lid, and I have this really big fluffy all over brush. And normally I'm not a huge mineral powder girl. I kind of feel like it's over drying, and with me being combo oily, that seems strange because most oily girls like the powder, but I feel like it over dries. But this is so great. It's just so finely milled that it smokes, and it just floats above your fine lines and wrinkles, and it helps to set all of that color. This is really great for a touch-up during the day as well. So if you're traveling or if you're at work or whatever and you just feel like you need a little touch-up during the day, this is great, and it will just look like you reapplied your whole face of makeup. So translucent powder, 16, 18, I'm not sure, somewhere around there. It's really, really affordable, and you only need a little bit. So this is probably gonna last you a whole year. So I don't mind going right under the eyes because it's not going to accentuate my fine lines and wrinkles, and I just love that. So like I said, it's just so finely milled that it just floats above. So it just gives you a really nice, flawless look. I love it. So next, I'm just going to keep it really super simple for eyes today. I usually tend to get a little carried away because I love all of the things, but just for keeping it simple for you gals today, and feel free to ask your consultant or if I am your consultant, let me know if you want more like color application techniques, okay? All right, so isn't this so pretty? Oh my gosh, that's our bronzer in there. And then, excuse me, Desert Rose, and our contour color is Latte. So pretty. So super easy contouring, or one of the really great things, you guys, is just to get the bronzer. The bronzer is so beautiful. This is mine, so you can see that I've been using it quite a bit. I'm going to put it on with the big fluffy brush. Just swipe it on and start at the back and come forward. And so I just want it on the highlights of my cheeks, like on my cheekbone, on my nose, on my forehead. And I know I was just telling you that I don't like the shimmery, but it doesn't give you a ton of shine. It just gives you a little sun-kissed glow, and I love that. Okay, so super simple and utilizing. I'm also loving items that you can use in different applications. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So next, let's see here. Where is my, okay, be right back. I just needed one of these. I thought it was all prepared, but I'm never all prepared. So I'm just going to use one of these guys today, and just super simple. This is the Biscotti, and this is like your skin tone color. It's pretty close to mine anyhow, and it's the lightest that we have, and it is, I just use it as a base powder, and I just love it. And you can tell that I'm just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I take it all the way up to my brow bone, because it's going to add a little highlight up there, and it's also going to just give me a nice powdery finish over the rest of my eye. So super simple. I do enjoy keeping my eyelids light, but if you want like a dash out the door color, we've got some beautiful, beautiful shimmery colors that are gorgeous, like dash out the door. Like this is golden mauve. Swipe across the eyelids, throw on some mascara, and girl, you are golden. And also this rustic is super pretty. Isn't that beautiful? So they come in these little clamshells like that. So you don't need a palette, but our palettes are totally customizable as well. You can put 3 or 6. You can put one of those long skinny ones in here. So, and they're magnetic, so they're not going to fall out, and they have a big mirror in the front as well. So those are awesome. Anyhow, moving on. So I wanted to show you how to use the bronzer on your eyes, because I love using things for multiple applications. So what I'm using is our all over powder brush. I'm just starting with my eyes open, and above the crease and onto the orbital bone, we want to keep the darker towards the outside, just like that. So look at the difference it's already made. It's creating some depth in my eye area. So I'm not a huge shimmery above the crease kind of girl. So, and this has ribbons of gold in it, but it's not really sparkly. It doesn't really accentuate my fine lines and wrinkles up there. It just helps to create some depth. So I love it. So we're just going to keep it just like that. Like I said, trying to keep it super simple today. And I'm going to go in with a little more Biscotti right in the center, because I like to keep that eyelid nice and light. Kind of makes it more visible, because when my eyes are open, my eyelids kind of disappear. A little bit of a hooded eye going on there. And then our, oh my gosh, you guys, my favorite. I told you everything is my favorite, right? Our liquid eyeliner is fabulous. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to try to keep it simple, because I usually get a little crazy. I'm just going to start right at the lash line. Keep it tight right at the lash line, and then I'm going to flare it out at the end just a little bit. So it's just going to get a little wider, and I'm using the bottom, this area down here, as a guide to how I want it to go up and where. So super simple, not a huge cat eye, but a little flare at the end. It's just going to help make your lashes look huge. Okay, so look at the difference, you guys, from one side to the other. Okay, it just helps to define the eyes and make your lashes look more bold. So keep it tight to the lashes. And this is just great because my eyelids are aging and getting a little wrinkly. So I just do little dashes and kind of connect them as I go. So it makes it super hard to have a nice fine line if your lids are wrinkly. So this works really well for that. I have a little not so straight line right there. Okay, using that bottom line right here, I'm going to just fake it right to there. And that kind of gives me a guideline, and I'm going to go back and meet the other line because I can flare it at the end and make it a little bit wider. Perfect. Okay. So then we also have a waterproof one of these guys, which is really great. Then another one of my favorites is our lash primer. And I thought I don't need extra steps for my lashes. That I tried this, and you guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. So it helps to keep your lashes curled. It helps to condition them so they're not breaking, and they are so, so good. So lash primer, it's $15. But on the other side, so this wasn't really a dash out the door because we talked a little bit, well, we talked a lot about the skincare and things in the very beginning. So sorry, it's taking like almost 30 minutes. Hopefully we can finish up here in just a couple. So lash primer is my best friend. And now my favorite, lash intensity. We've got great mascaras, you guys, depending upon what you're looking for. So reach out to your consultant and find out what are the differences in our mascaras. You can also look on her website, my website. In the catalog, it talks about the different kinds of mascara and what it does to help you. This is one of my favorites. It is the lash intensity, and it adds up to 200 times the volume, and it just makes your lashes look amazing. So see that little line down there? It kind of disappears and it looks like my lashes now. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna put a little bit more on here. So this is it has a big fluffy brush, but it just really helps to get in and separate those lashes and give some love to each little tiny lash. And I have seen this work wonders on gals with sparse lashes. They look amazing. So it doesn't have any fibers or anything like that that's creating any extra. It just helps to define what you already have. So love that. $18 for the lash intensity. So I just did a little bit of the bronzer on my cheek. I didn't even contour today. And another quick little thing that I want to do, because my brows are just, they're kind of light compared to everything else. We have this brow tint that is so amazing. It's only $14, super simple. And I never used to do my brows either, but it's like a little spoolie mascara for your eyebrows. So I got a little carried away. If you land on a spot a little hard, just let it dry and flake it off later, or use a Q-tip. So that's just kind of helping everything to look a little more defined. We also have pencils that are lovely. So there you go, you guys. Super simple. Throw in some lips, some kind of lip gloss or whatever. We just came up with new lip gloss. It's so pretty, you guys. Oh, I don't think I have one with me right now, but we'll let you know more about the new stuff. So there you have it. And I didn't talk about the masks. Okay, super quick about the masks. Here's what you need to know. We have amazing masks. So you want to use your serums every day. Morning and night is up to you. I use Serum C in the morning, lifting serum at night. So it kind of spreads it out a little bit farther. So brightening and tightening, and this helps with all of the sagging, lifting. It's amazing. It's like Spanx in a bottle. So those are our serums. Lightest to heaviest, serums to moisturizers, but your masks are completely different, and they help with other things that are going on with your skin. And the masks you want to use a couple of times a week. So we have the microdermabrasion, and so this is really pumicey. I keep this in my shower and I use it 2 or 3 times a week. And so if you notice that your makeup isn't going on really well, or your skin is feeling a little rough or anything like that, this helps to retexture your skin. It's a physical exfoliator. So 2 or 3 times a week with that. It's great to keep it in your shower because it's so much easier to wash off all that pumicy. It's silica alumina oxide crystals. There it is. That's what's in there that's helping to resurface your skin. It also scoops down into your pores and helps to, get all the gunk out of your pores. And then there's a pore minimizer that can come with this also that helps to minimize. But once you get all the gunk out, it's going to start getting smaller, right? So microdermabrasion a couple times a week. And then The charcoal mask is so great, you guys. This goes down 3 layers deep in your skin and sucks out all the oils and impurities. Two or three times a week with that as well. So do you need the charcoal mask if you're a dry girl? Probably not. If you have oily T-zone, yes, this will be your new best friend. And then you can even multi-mask. So if you're dry on your cheeks and oily in the T-zone, put this on your cheeks, moisture renewing gel mask, and put this in your T-zone. Wash it all off and put on your moisturizer before you go to bed. So it's so great. Depending upon what's ailing your skin, let us know and let us help you figure out how to make your skin look absolutely amazing. The other one that we have is the Repair Revealing Radiance Peel. It's part of the Repair line for more advanced signs of aging. So this is a chemical peel. What it does is it dissolves that top layer of dead skin cells that's kind of held together by a glue. So it dissolves that glue that's holding together that top layer of dead skin cells. Leave it on for 20 minutes to wash it away, and you have this brand new fresh skin underneath. It's not going to peel for weeks. It's just super gentle. You can use this 2 or 3 times a week as well. So maybe you want to do a mask every night, maybe not. Maybe you just have a variety and use them a few times a month, you know, and we can totally set you up with a regimen as well. So this is one of my favorites. I faithfully use this a couple times a week. Depending upon how my skin feels, I use this maybe once a week, maybe less, maybe more. You know, sometimes it's a little oilier than others. I love to sleep in my moisture renewing gel mask after I mask, which is great. So you wake up feeling like your skin is just amazing. This is great to sleep in, like I said, and if you're super dry girl, this might be for you, along with our oil. Makes a great pair. So there's so many options, you guys. Let us help you get what's going to be most helpful for your skin. And then there's the peel that you can use a couple times a week as well. Some people are even using it under their arms, on their feet, in different places where they need to declog those pores and to take away that layer of dead skin. So lots of options, and we can totally write it all down and make a regimen for you. Like, this is what I'm going to do today. This is what I'm going to do once a week. You know, we can totally help customize that for you. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, so much information. So feel free to reach out to us for any help that you need, because that's why we're here. That's our job, and that's what we love to do. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.